What's up? What's up, everybody? We're on again. It's your boy, the Straight Up Wrestling Show. I'm H. Bernard Taylor with my man Christopher Burton.
People's Podcast. So what's going on, yo? What's going on?
All right, man. Hey, we're here late. Just like I said, that's why we say hit that notification bell, hit that like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know when we coming on. Like times like these, you never know when we come on. So if you're on YouTube, hit that notification bell, man. So definitely come in. As you guys come in, hit that like, man. If you on Facebook, man, hit that like, share, join. You on Twitter, man, hit that like, share, tweet, and retweet. And if you're on Twitch, do the same thing. But man, we coming on tonight. We're gonna discuss the AEW roster and their potential to take wrestling to the next level. So
man, we're gonna be on 5 minutes talking about this small roster, man. This show gonna be about 15 minutes, y'all. We ain't even gonna joke with you. There's only about 32 people on here on this roster we're gonna talk about because that's the whole roster.
Cut it out, man, because we ain't even live, man. You forgot to hit live, man.
No, we live. We live.
It's not saying live on my thing, man.
We live on my end.
Okay, that's cool, man. As long as we live, man. But yeah, so
we
live.
We're
gonna go ahead and discuss. Hey, sorry guys. I didn't think we was live, man. It's not saying that we're live on my end, so I'm just like, what in the world's going on?
But you need to update us on
live. But yeah, we got. I don't know about all that, man. Yeah, we are live, man. You're right about that. So, man, thank you guys for joining. You know, we on late. I watched a little bit of foosball earlier today. Football. Chris, did you watch any football, man?
Man, no, I'm watching football tomorrow when it count, boy.
Oh yeah,
undefeated
Eagles. Chris had to go and pick up his lady from the airport today. Yeah. Right now, man, I'm watching the Texas A&M Aggies against Ole Miss. Look like a pretty good football game going on, and man, some viewers are from Texas. Maybe they're watching the game, man. I don't know. They could be a Texas Longhorn fan. So if I'm insulting you by you're a Texas A&M fan, an Aggie fan, you know, ignore me. But Chris, let's talk about this AEW, man. We're gonna start out with this AEW rosters. What I went ahead and did, I worked on earlier today. I went ahead and broke down the Dynamite roster, the Rampage roster. Broke down the whole AEW roster because it's one big roster, and they have 94 men on the roster. They used to back when we did this like
they can't even break even with 100 people leaving.
Yeah,
boy.
They had
people leaving, but they getting out of there. Boy.
162 men.
They getting out of there.
They got 94 men on the roster, and they got 30. Wow, they have what did I say? Women. They got not a lot. That's all I can really say.
I think you said like 20 or something, man. They didn't even have 30.
29 women. Yeah, you're right. They got 29 women and 94 men on the roster. So that roster size, they have downsized very big. Very, you know, they pretty much like say they cut the roster, man. You talking about cutting the fat. They really did.
But I just don't understand, man. I'm gonna say it like this, man.
I remember when you said Tony Khan, he was gonna do that.
I could, if I was still an active wrestler, or even an inspiring wrestler, I would not want to be permanently hired by AEW. I wouldn't want to do it. Hey?
I hear you, man.
I wouldn't, man, because think about it, man. Think about it. You got this, like you said, you only got how many, 90-something people, 80-something people on the roster total?
Yeah.
Or whatever it is, and you got dysfunction. You got a guy that owns it, wants to be Puff Daddy, want to be run everything, be all in the videos and all up in the scene and everything, and man,
yeah.
Golly, boy. Ooh.
Well, basically, man,
I couldn't do
it. We're gonna discuss, man, how it can be broken up. I'm looking at different scenarios. How it can be broken up, because I was thinking it was too jumbled up. It was too much talent in there, and people are not getting their time. Now it is too much talent in there for one person to handle, because as far as his booking, he's not giving everybody their time. So I
No.
broke it down into a Dynamite roster, Rampage, Ring of Honor roster, and a Dark roster. So pretty much right now we're going to talk about the Dynamite roster. So Chris, world champion, man. The world champion, we all know, is Jon Moxley. And Jon Moxley is with the Blackpool Combat Club. And TBS champion, I'm going to say go ahead and put TBS champion as far as women, Jade Cargill. Now, that's the only two that I have on the Dynamite roster that I have. And now I went ahead and put Adam Cole on there, which he's on injured reserve. So we don't know if he's coming back. Hopefully he comes back. But if he comes back, I think Adam Cole should be an addition to the Dynamite roster. Adam Page definitely should be an addition to the Dynamite roster. Then I have, but as a turn, he should turn heel. That's what I'm thinking. In my opinion, he should turn heel. Brody King should be part of the Dynamite roster as a heel. Bryan Danielson, he's with the Blackpool Combat Club. So yeah, he's one who should be on the Dynamite roster. I have Claudio Castagnoli should be on the Dynamite roster, but as a face. But I have a twist here with him. I think he should be in a tag team. Okay, Eddie Kingston.
A tag team? Now, why a tag team? And with
we're
who?
gonna go right back. We're gonna go back to that. Okay, Eddie Kingston, I think should be on the Dynamite roster as a face. Ethan Page on the Dynamite roster as a heel. Frankie Kazarian on the Dynamite roster as a face. Keith Lee on the Dynamite roster as a heel. Kenny Omega.
Keith Lee as a heel?
Heel. Yes.
Man,
yes.
I can't see it, man. I just can't see that, boy.
Kyle O'Reilly on the Dynamite roster, heel. Luchasaurus turns back to a face on the Dynamite roster. Matt and Nick Jackson, the Young Bucks, heel on the Dynamite roster. Miro, face on the Dynamite roster. Maxwell Jacob Friedman, heel on the Dynamite roster. Okay, now let's go back first. I'm gonna go back to Claudio Castagnoli. Okay, and the reason I say I think him and Frankie Kazarian should team up, and those two probably will be. I think they will be serious contenders for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship, and they can feud with starting off since you got. I've said Nick Matt Jackson as heels on the the Young Bucks on the Dynamite roster. I think that right there will be a pretty good feud to start those things out with. But you do have Jon Moxley. Gonna have to put him on the Dynamite roster because he is the world champion. And then you got Bryan Danielson on there, and plus you got MJF. But MJF, I got him as a heel. He can battle Jon Moxley, and in between that, he can be battling Bryan Danielson too, holding him off as he goes after Jon Moxley for the world championship. So, so let's talk about Jon Moxley, man. He is the world champion, so he's on that Dynamite roster. Do you think he deserves to be on the Dynamite roster instead of the Rampage roster? So Dynamite roster is the SmackDown, and then you're going to have Rampage roster, the equivalent of Raw. So do you think Jon Moxley should be the world champion?
Don't you mean don't you mean that the other way around?
What's that?
You said Rampage is equivalent of Raw.
Yeah, I said Dynamite is going to be the equivalent of SmackDown. Look, Raw. I know Raw is it's supposed to be the big dog over there. Yeah. But they pretty much made SmackDown the big dog. They really did.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's the biggest draw, but that's because it's on That's because it's on free TV. So that's the reason it's outdrawing Raw. But Raw, it seemed like Raw they don't put emphasis on that to put it back the top dog. But let's go ahead and go with Raw because it's the granddaddy. So let's go ahead and go with Raw. Okay. So you're right. So Dynamite is the equivalent to Raw. So do you think Jon Moxley? I mean, we got to put him on there. I had to put him on the Dynamite roster. What's your feelings about him being on the Dynamite roster?
I think he should be on both rosters.
Well, he can't. I mean, because like I say, he is the champ, so he can roam from Dynamite to Rampage to Ring of Honor and Dark. Because
don't put him on Dark, man. Don't put him on Dark.
I know. Well, never really put him on Dark, but run around. and run around. And we'll get to the Ring of Honor. What I suggest that they should do with Ring of Honor in a little bit, but definitely have him roam around, man. And I think by him roaming around, what you said, by him going to each one of them, I think it makes the title more credible. It definitely makes it more credible.
It does make it more credible. It does do that.
Yeah. And Jade Cargill. Now she's the TBS champion, and the reason I said she's on the Dynamite roster because Dynamite is on TBS, so she has to be on that roster. Now, as far as competition on that roster, I haven't said who exactly I have on there, but we'll get. Let me go ahead and talk about the ladies on the Dynamite roster that I put on here. I have. I actually have some more men on the Dynamite roster too, but let's go ahead and talk about the ladies. Jade Cargill. I got Jade Cargill, which I just talked about. She's the TBS champion. You have Britt Baker, Hikaru Shida, Chris Statlander, Layla Hirsch, Mercedes Martinez, and Rebel. Those are the other women that I definitely have on that roster. Now, as the TBS champion, she can swing over to Ring of Honor and Rampage every now and then too. So, but as far as on the Dynamite roster, these are her main players. So, who out of these ones that I just named? Britt Baker, Hikaru Shida, Chris Statlander, Layla Hirsch, Mercedes Martinez, and Rebel that she should be feuding with first over that TBS title. Some that really will make a big spark, will really make the crowd jump, and people will pay attention to it over there in AEW.
I would say, godly, I can't even think of her name. What's your girl, man?
Chris Statlander?
No. Your girl.
Layla Hirsch?
No, the one that was a trainer, man. Say the names again now. Say them again.
Okay, these are the ones that I have that I put in Dynamite, because I put some women in Rampage. I put some women in Ring of Honor too, and Dark. But you can go with somebody else out of one of these other rosters to come up. But right now, I'm saying you have Jade Cargill, her over there. You have Britt Baker, Hikaru Shida, Chris Statlander, Layla Hirsch, Mercedes Martinez, and Rebel. Now, I know who you thinking about when you said that lady who's the trainer or whatever, Madison Rain, or is it Serena Deeb?
Serena Deeb, man. Serena Deeb.
Okay, so I got Serena Deeb. I put her on. Which one did I put her on?
Or did you even put her on there?
No, I don't think I put her on. I thought I did. I probably put her in there with the guys on that. Goodness sake. Yeah, I can't see her. Okay, Serena Deeb, man. We'll go ahead and throw her in there because, like I said, I did not. All actuality, I don't think I got her on here. I don't see her name on here. So Serena Deeb and Jade Cargill. Yeah. I think that would be a very good feud, and she'll learn so much from Serena too.
Oh yeah,
especially if they can stretch that thing out, and she can overcome Serena for a while with her strength, but Serena's able to overtake her with her ability, with all those different holds and being able to stretch her and doing so many different things that she's able to do. So yeah, you right on the money with that one, Chris. I like that. Go ahead. Who we got here, man? Russell Red. What's up?
Yeah, Russell Red said, what's up, Chris and Harry? Harry and Chris. There are rumors that Triple H is bringing back former WWE stars in the next coming weeks, named Tegan Knox and etc. And there's also a backstage report that Punk was a maniac backstage. You know what? I could see all that.
Hey, no doubt about
that.
Look, I would love. I heard about Tegan Knox coming back, Russell. And yeah, I would love to see that, man. I really like her when it was Shotzi and Knox. They was one of my favorite tag team. Just by the characters, the characters that they played, their persona, I thought was very, very cool. And I think she lines up with Shotzi better than anybody. So, man, I'm definitely with that. And as far as CM Punk, yeah, I heard a whole bunch of things about CM Punk. Heard about his dog and stuff like that. Supposedly got popped in the face when when the Jacksons ran through the dressing room when he was coming out of him, and that's why he started to brawl and all that. And then that
and there's even rumors. There's even rumors that his dog, his little puppy dog, got hurt during the fight.
Yeah, and took him to the vet. or whatever, and Puppy Dog lost his arm, or broke his arm or something. It's all kind of stuff, but that's been debunked. That didn't actually happen. So, but yeah, from what everybody is saying, man, that this guy was a flipping maniac in the dressing room, or he was just hard to deal with, man. He was one of these guys that you just did not want to be around, and he just, he came into AEW and he just made it hell on everybody, man. So it's wow, it's just flat out crazy. And I know, there are a lot of CM Punk apologists out here who want to try to say, it wasn't like that, and they really behind CM Punk. But hey, it is what it is. I mean, I'm pretty sure every wrestler in the world is not against him. That's all it is to it. And Tony Khan, the way he's acting, like he don't have a leg to stand on. Like, I got to get rid of this guy because, hey, he is toxic, man. Everybody's telling the truth. So he must have seen it himself. So
after the fact. And your boy Alexander said, man, you're not being Uzi. He said, you're not being Uzi.
Oh, okay. All right, man. Not being Uzi enough up here.
Yeah, man. And Jacoby Peters, what's up, man? He said, Chris and Harry. Chris, did you watch SmackDown? Chris, what are your thoughts of possibility Shayna and Ronda alliance? Yes, I did watch it, man. And that, boy, I couldn't get over that Bloodline promo, man. That Bloodline was, oh my Lord. I couldn't get over that.
That was something else, man.
But
people are excited about that.
Ooh, I love it.
People are very excited about that. They like, this is incredible. And I see a lot of people have taken that whole start of that promo, and they ran it through the whole show. And they talk about the whole show was incredible. And I'm hearing this from people, man, who really don't care for WWE. They like, man, WWE Friday night was incredible. That was just outstanding. So, man, I tell you what, they ran it right. They ran it right, man. So I mean, from the get-go, Triple H, he came out to SmackDown. He called it SmackDown, and he came out to SmackDown the competition.
Yeah.
And he laid the SmackDown on Tony Khan.
And
Tony Khan's answer was to bring a girl from Australia, man.
And far as Ronda and Shayna,
they haven't wrestled in a while.
Yeah, I could see that, Ronda and Shayna. I could see that alliance happening. That will actually be good, and would actually give Damage Control a run for their money, man. But in order for them to win the titles, if they ever do anything like that, Ronda will have to lose, unless she's going to be on pulling double duty, which I doubt. She'll have to lose that WWE Women's SmackDown Women's title.
Oh yeah.
And Alex says he loves a podcast, and I told him thank you.
Thank you.
And Alex also said Shayna and Ronda will take the tag team division by storm, and we'll have Shayna take the Raw Women's Championship. You know what? That would be
Yeah, me and Chris have been talking about that. She would be a prime candidate, man, for that title. She would wear with pride, and I think she'll be a very good representative of it. So yeah, that would be awesome there.
And Elijah Washington, what's up, Elijah? He says, what's up, Chris and Harry? Hunter bringing back the women because of War Games, which is smart for Survivor Series. Yes, because you're going to need some more women for War Games, because that is right around the corner, man. November is right around the corner. So, yeah, he needs to think about War Games and building up some storylines for that, for that to make sense. So he definitely needs to do that. Alex again says the Bloodline scene was amazing. I swear, if it wasn't for Sammy, Jey Uso would have been rocked. Yeah, he would have got laid out if it wasn't for Sammy coming in and saving his hide. And Elijah says, like Chris said, Tegan is friends with Shotzi. We got a storyline with that. Also, Raquel Gonzalez. So, Yep.
All right, man. So, just give me a second, Chris. I'm gonna add plus Raw, since a lot of people want to talk about Raw. So we want to go ahead and
talk about WWE, man. Talk about WWE in general.
Yeah, well, let's see, plus WWE. Yeah. So let's put that in there, because I know we're gonna end up talking about that a little bit, man. Too. So let me go ahead and put that in. Caption that. But let's go ahead and talk a little bit more about this before I actually put that on. So next, Chris, I have let's see, we just finished talking about Jade Cargill, and you put up a scenario with her in a
Serena
feud with
D.
Serena
Yep.
Deeb. Think that thing will be incredible.
Oh,
Next,
yeah.
man, Adam Cole. Now, Adam Cole, he's on injury reserve, so we just gotta speculate.
There's
And
too
the
many.
speculation,
Man, see, that's the thing, man. See,
yeah,
too many cats are hurt, man. And
yeah,
then you
that's
got,
true. That's true.
and then you got to think too, man. You really can't. It's hard to say what is going to happen because you don't even know if these jokers are in talks with WWE or what they might. You know what I'm saying? They might be trying to weasel out their contract, man, to get out of
That's true.
AEW to get
That's
back
true.
over
Yeah,
to
it might not even
WWE.
be her. You're exactly right. And look. I mean, but we're gonna fantasize that, hey, he's gonna come back and he's gonna come back well, strong, like he looked when he was in NXT right before he left. Have some size on him and things like that. So, what do you think his potential is? And popular as I don't know what, definitely knows how to get a pop out of the crowd. This guy could be a major superstar if he wanted to be. Now, if he doesn't hang out with his old buddies, whatever, it's okay to have friends and all that. But he's a one-man, he's a one-man gang, a one-man army. I mean, he's a small guy. I'm not saying you go in there and beat up a whole army, but he is a shooting star, man, by himself. He's a force by himself. So, and along with his woman, with Britt. But this guy, man, what do you think about his potential in the WWE? You got Jon Moxley as the champion, which you're also going to have MJF, and you got Bryan Danielson, and then you throw Adam Cole in there. What is the potential, man, of this guy raising the level of AEW on up another level? I mean,
it would be easy, man. It would be easy for him to do it, man.
Yeah.
It would be easy for him to do it. But the thing is, he needs support players.
Oh yeah,
he needs support players, so he can't do it by himself, man. He ain't no MJF.
Yeah, of course,
he's good,
of course,
but he ain't no MJF. He needs support players, so he needs
Kyle
O'Reilly.
That's the whole
he
thing about
needs
it.
Bobby Fish, man. He needs them, man.
But yeah, that's true. But see, that's the whole thing about it. He got some support around him. So you got to look at somebody like Adam Cole. Okay, we take Jon Moxley. Okay, Jon Moxley is a player that's going to be around him. MJF is a player that's going to be around him. Bryan Danielson is a player that's going to be around him. All these guys got to work together, man. They all got to work together, even though they're fighting each other. Because all four of those guys be in the mix. They all got to work together to make this thing grow. So to put it on out there in the public, man. But if you want to go ahead and answer a few more, go ahead and talk a little bit more with the people.
Elijah,
and I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing in. Give me a minute. I'll be right back, guys.
And Sarah Logan's on her way back, so don't be surprised. Ooh, I forgot about Ruby Riott. Golly, I forgot about Ruby, man. Elijah, oh wow, I forgot all about Ruby. Wow. You can put Riot Squad back together if you wanted to. Golly, wow, I forgot all about that, man. Who is this? Alex. What woman, in your opinion, should come back to help in War Games? Ooh, that's a good question, man. I do not know. I don't know what woman should come back and help in War Games, man. Honestly, I truly don't know. If I had to choose 5, what would be my lineup? Ooh, golly, man. Alex, I'm gonna get back with you on that one. I do. That's a tough one. That's a tough one, man. Wanda and Shayna gunning for the tag belts, possibly. Yep, they could definitely do that, Elijah. They could definitely do that. Wanda and Shayna female power trip. I was thinking that Elijah, a 2-woman power trip. Be like Stone Cold and Triple H, 2-woman power trip. I was just thinking about that. No joke. I really was. Jacoby, Emma returned too, Chris. Hey, interesting. So I'm sorry we can't talk about AEW. I tried to tell Harry don't talk about AEW, man, because look, guys. I'm just gonna tell you straight up. AEW, I want them to succeed, but when you look at the facts and you break things down, they're not worth talking about. I hate to say it. They got the stars, but they ain't worth talking about. And that's what's so bad about AEW. They got the star power, they got the potential, but they're not worth talking about. They're not. I mean, I don't know why, but now at this point, they're not. Oh gosh, it hurts me to talk about them. It does, and oh gosh, it's making my head hurt just thinking about it. And bringing back Emma, of all people, Triple H, he brought back Emma, of all people. Why Emma? That makes no sense whatsoever. I don't understand the logic of that. That blows my mind. That makes no sense. For AEW, if I was a booker, I would pay Brian Pillman Jr. with Arn Anderson and his son Brock. So yep. They would definitely be the new Horseman. They would definitely be the new Horseman, Jacoby. Jade Cargill should stay a heel and going after all the women who will have to throw Jade Cargill is returning. Chris Statler. Yep. Chris Statler is returning, yes. And she will definitely be coming after Jade. But she's got to get through, not Nia Jax, but the other girl. She's got to get through her first. Welcome back, Harry. Welcome back.
Oh, wow, man. I shouldn't have done what I did. I went ahead and reset it. Reset mine. I didn't have to do that, but I just went ahead and done it. And now I'm kind of like getting a little static, but everything looks clear over there on your side?
Yeah. So, Jacoby says Sarah Logan will pair with her husband, the Viking Raiders. Yeah, more than likely she will. More than likely.
All right, man. I'll be back. Oh, what's going on, Jacoby? Let me say what's up.
If I was Hunter, I'd pair Shannon with Ronda and tag, but Sonya Deville as a manager and AD. Yep, you're right. You are right, man. You are right. I would definitely. That would make a lot of sense. That would make a lot of sense, definitely. Jacoby says I think Hunter brought back Emma because she can wrestle a little bit, and there also may be plan for her back. I don't know, possibly. I see what you're saying, man, but still, of all the people you could have brought back, you bring back Emma. I mean, really, Emma? I'm just me personally. I'm just not high on Emma. I'm just not high on her. I'm really not. I mean, that's just my opinion, my feeling on it. I'm just not. Randy Paul, what's going on, man? What's happening? Glad you're tuning in. Harry is doing something. I don't know what he's doing, but he's doing something. He'll be back here. Not sure, Chris. Oh, thank you. I got let me see. Yeah. I got this. Oh God, hold on. Jeez, hold on. Let me just stand up here. See if y'all can see this. Okay. Yeah, I got this when I was at Raw back in January. They were basically trying to give these away. They were just trying to give them away, and they were like $20 bucks, $25, something like that. They were trying to give them away, and it said WWE Live 2021. I was there on the back. That's what it says on the back. We were like 2021. Y'all ain't get no 2022s. They were like, nah, these 21s. So I'm like, okay. So y'all basically trying to get rid of these. But yeah, it was like a arena exclusive. Like you could only get this shirt in the arena. They didn't even have it at the stand or nothing. It was a QR code and all that whole deal. All right, Randy, Chris, what you think is going to happen Monday on Raw since it's Halloween? Days Bloodline's going to be on Raw Monday. Let's go. Possibly see, bro. That would good. Yeah, that would be good. I know, like you said, Papa Shango and Papa Shango and Boogeyman are supposed to be there. Yeah, they're supposed to be there. Bloodline's supposed to be there. Excuse me. But yeah, so it's a possibility, that they could that Raw's gonna be pretty good, man. I
Oh,
think Raw's
wow.
gonna be pretty good. What, you messed it up again, man?
Wow, man. Still not showing me. You can see me good, I'm sure.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah.
Okay. Well, look. Man, look, let's go back a little bit. Now I heard you saying, I told Harry, let's not talk about Dynamite and all that. Well, not talk about
hold
AEW and all that. It hurts me. It
on.
hurts me, or whatever you were saying.
Yeah, it
But
does, because
look,
hold on. I'll bring up the comment. Hold
yeah.
on. I'm trying to think who said it, man. Oh, yeah. Jacoby Peter said it. He said, Emma returned to WWE 2, Chris and Harry, which is interesting. I'm sorry, we can't talk about AEW also. See, they not even interested in AEW, man. See,
Oh, I understand that, but we do have fans that are interested in AEW, so we're gonna have to lock this thing out too. We want to see them. We want to see them get better. Who was it said that? Jacoby said that.
What?
Who said it? I mean, who said it? That's
that was Jacoby.
Okay,
yeah,
I thought it was Jacoby, man. But Chris, look, I'm kind of like breaking up, but like I say, in a minute, I'm gonna have to go on my phone, man, because this thing gets messed up. I shouldn't have never went out. But yeah, I see Jacoby's laughing out loud, man. He's cracking up.
Yeah, and he said you ran into some white only pies. That's why.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's what's kind of messing me up, Jacoby. That's the reason, man, that I'm stuck on this AEW thing, man. It's the white only pies, man. It's got my mind messed up.
Well, see, man. But
all right, man. But to be true, to be honest, look, AEW, we have AEW fans. It's just
I know we got AEW fans, but I'm just telling you, it pains me. It pains me to talk about them.
Look, revisionist history, man. Revisionist history. Come on. All right. Don't be stuck in the moment. And that's one thing we have. Remember last year around this time, you didn't want to talk about Raw. You didn't want to have nothing to do with it. You were pissed off. Chris was ready to jump through the screen, guys, at me. Man, get at me when we talked about Raw. He could not stand it. Now he wants to talk about Raw all the time. So no, since I had to go through all that,
I ain't saying, man. You talk about AEW, you want to,
but Chris couldn't stand it.
Well, you know what? You know what? You go ahead and talk about AEW, and I'm going to take a long walk off of a short bridge while you talk about AEW. Quiet,
we are talking about how to make it better, Chris. How can we?
Man, you can't make. How you gonna make a roster better when you only got 14 people on the whole roster?
Look, man, Jacoby's involved in it. Everybody, all our fans, man. My man, who else we got? Randy Paul, he's involved with it. Elijah is involved with it. Everybody in here, everyone, each and every one of us, all our butts are on the line in this one. We all on the line.
But I just want to know how you gonna run 3 shows with 14 people on the roster.
Man, come on, man. It might be only 14. It might be only 14 competent wrestlers on the roster, but they got more than 14. They got 14 competent wrestlers on the roster. 2 of them is good. So
and they're gonna work all 3 shows.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Brian Pillman Jr. Paired with Arn Anderson is that simple and makes sense. Well, it does, Randy, but I just don't know.
Man, but no, what he's saying, like they did, bring back the Horseman, man, do the Horseman angle. And
that's true.
It could work.
But we're gonna get that. Let's go ahead and get on through the rest of this Rampage thing, man. So it looks like we're gonna get on to a little bit more. We'll be talking about this, and then we'll be talking about WWE tonight too. So we're not gonna neglect the WWE fans, and I know most of you guys on here want to hear about WWE. Y'all don't have nothing to do with this AEW. I know that, man. We know this. We know this. We we're not impervious to this this thing that you guys got going on with WWE and AEW, man. We're down with it. We are down with it, but
golly, Randy, already they just started. They just started, man.
Need to disband them, boy.
They just started.
Yeah.
Golly.
Man, look. Okay. We stopped on Adam Cole, okay?
Yeah, man. Yeah, Adam Cole.
You gave me your thoughts on Adam Cole. What about Adam Page, man? And Adam Page turning heel. Adam Page on this roster,
I
turning
think.
heel. He's the
Well, yeah,
fifth.
he can do it. He can do it because
Yeah,
he was in Bullet Club. So if he can do it in New Japan, I'm sure he can do it over here. So
yeah.
yeah,
And how
he
much?
can
I
do
mean,
it.
look, we saw him, and remember now, Chris, I was totally against this dude being the champion. I was, but having John Moxley as the title, holding the title, changed my mind a little bit about Adam Page.
I've been trying to tell y'all, but man,
I mean, it really did. It really did. But
Adam Page, man, look, Adam Page compared to John Moxley as champion, you might as well say Adam Page is Ric Flair compared to John Moxley.
When it boils down to it, yeah. As far as as far as and Adam Page, man, you throwing the personality with him, but he has to stick to that one dynamic. And I mean, if he's gonna be, he's gonna be use this cowboy gimmick and all that, he's gonna have to look more like a real cowboy. But man, I actually think Adam Page can make a mark, man. He's one of these guys who can make a mark outside of the business. What's up,
C1? What's up? What's up?
on, man?
Glad you joined us.
Yeah, he can make a mark outside the business, Chris. So Adam Page is another guy, that could actually do it. So you got John Moxley on this mythical Dynamite roster that I came up with. John Moxley, Jade Cargill, Adam Cole, Adam Page, and let's say go ahead and throw in Bryan Danielson. So you have those five right there, and that five right there, I think, is a dynamic, is a dynamite start to really build something on. So I think he could really build Dynamite to something spectacular with this. Now, look, that's not saying that they're not already on there because Dynamite already used these guys. Yeah. But you have to start over and you have to look at this thing from a different perspective, and that's what Tony Khan needs to do. But that five right there, I think, is really holding it down. And so you gave me your what you think on all the rest of those guys. I'm gonna go ahead and throw in Brody King. What do you think about Brody King being on that as a heel raiser?
Oh, of course. He needs to be. He needs to be because can you actually? Harry, he can't be nothing but a heel.
Yeah, exactly.
His look alone cornered him into being nothing but a heel.
Yep, that's right.
My God, the man went to autograph signings and power bombed doggone Alan Darby through tables at autograph signings.
Yeah. No doubt, man. So,
who does this? Who does that, man?
So, and he's another one, man. I mean, he has that look, that intimidation, and he wrestles good enough to where he can really make a mark on the business and make a mark and like I said, and make this thing just stout. And when I'm talking about these guys here, we know Tony Khan. It can't be any mess ups. It can't be any chinks in the armor. You have to have a Nick Saban, a Bill Belichick, Bill Parcells type of guy to come in. I'm just naming coaches. Mike.
I know you naming coaches, but he ain't got none of that nowhere near him.
I know, that's what I'm saying. You need to really control this, man, and do it right. You need somebody with that kind of mindset to really to lead an army, to be able to lead a promotion like this and put these guys in the right direction. That's what I'm saying. Of course, he doesn't have anybody like that.
Come on, man. Okay, you got Dean Malenko, you got JL.
Yeah, I know.
Those guys, they are good. They are good, but that.
I'm just saying, man. It might be somebody in the. Well, we'll talk about the management in just a minute. It might be somebody in that management that might be scared that could actually do this, and they're not speaking up. But let me.
Hold on, before you go do that, let me get the Randy Paul's statement before you do that.
Okay, sure.
Adam Page, I'm sorry, I'm not a fan anymore. Sucks that he got hurt, but no fan of him, Harry and Chris. Saying he don't want to help the veterans is disrespecting my eye, but it's his opinion though.
Yeah, I understand that. And Randy, I'm with you, Randy. I heard that Page is he's difficult to work with. I have heard that, and I was gonna say that, but hopefully he can get over that anytime soon. But I'm just saying he's an asset. He's an asset to that company. He's an asset to Dynamite roster. He's an asset to building the business. So I think if somebody can get in there and get in his head to where he's going to be willing to, to be a team player, and I think that can actually happen. I think he can be an asset to the Dynamite roster, and he can be one of these guys, man, to help lift wrestling to another level.
Now, Z1 said also he thinks Adam Page should turn heel when he comes back and dump the Dark Order. That would be a smart move. That would be
that's
a smart
exactly right.
move.
That's what we put, turn heel, man. And I mean,
and
Hellraiser.
And Randy Paul wants to hear some of my creative ideas. Talking about, I know you got it. I can't let you know. I can't give the cow away for free now. I can't do that now. You gotta hit me some of that mean green if you want to hear some of my ideas, man.
Right now, Chris is playing the wingman. But he's the wingman. I got all this stuff rolled out. So guys, hang on. We're gonna be rolling with a whole bunch of things. And Chris, he's coming up with a few creative things that he done threw in.
See, I take care of the chaos.
All right, man.
That's why I come in.
You guys talked about Ruby Riott there for a minute. Now,
because I forgot about her, man.
Isn't she Ruby Soho?
Uh-huh.
I put her on the Rampage roster, man. I got her on the Rampage roster.
Yeah, because I completely forgot about her, man. And
I didn't forget about her. I just didn't put her on the roster for the women for this Dynamite. I just think what I think happened is I think they really couldn't get her over, and then within the last month or so that she was over there, she her standing, her status, and where she was at on the on the ratings it failed.
Yeah.
So I went ahead and put her on the second level. Now she can build herself back up. And as far as they only got 29 women on the roster, so the champion is gonna have to go to each one of them. So Ruby can dominate the Rampage and then go back up to Dynamite. So that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So but next, man, on the as far as on the male side, Claudio Castagnoli. Now, this is another guy. Now, he has to overcome. Everybody know him as Cesaro. Now, a lot of people don't, even though, he's Claudio Castagnoli, I think people are looking at him and they looking at him as this different guy. But he's the same guy. And he's a guy who's a star, man, who can be a star on this Dynamite roster and help, raise the level of Dynamite.
Yeah, you are right, man. He could definitely do that, man.
Yeah.
And Russell, glad you tuned in. He says Brian Cage needs to be a heel.
Yeah, that's true. And Brian Cage, I got Brian Cage on the Rampage roster, Russell Red, and we'll talk about him in a little bit too. Brian Cage is on. I got him on the Rampage roster, and I think that's where he should stay for right now. But we'll talk about him in a little bit. But back to Claudio Castagnoli. Now, this is a guy who can be a face because he's already in the Blackpool Combat Club. That thing's going to have to, and most of these guys on the top one will be in there. Now, this is a guy who will be competent and big enough to go up against and strong enough to go up against the Brody Kings and people like that. So that there be a hellacious feud. Okay, so, man, I definitely think he will be a good face. Now, Eddie Kingston, I have him on here because there's something about this dude. Now, Chris, I'm with you. I'm not a big fan of Eddie Kingston, but there's something about him. People like listening to this guy talk, and he gets a pop every time he comes out. But I think for like the first 3 months when he comes back, which he's coming back, I think the first 3 to 4 months, he'll be good on the Dynamite roster. Then you move him on down to Rampage and then have him roaming around like that Ring of Honor type thing. What you think? I know you don't like it, man. I see that look, man. I know, man.
Really, man? Really?
Come on, man. Give me something, man. Give me something, man. Give it to me straight up, man. Give it to me straight, man.
I would have more respect for it. I'm going to just tell you straight up. I would have more respect for Eddie Kingston if he was my trash man picking up my trash. And I really mean that. I would have more respect for him.
Hey, he looks like
I have no respect for that joker, man. I have no respect for him whatsoever.
I know, man. I know.
And I tell you what, everybody's like, he crazy. Whatever.
Yeah. Look. I'm gonna be straight up, Chris. Russell Red cracking up. I'm gonna be straight up, Chris. Look, I don't think he's the type of guy that's gonna take wrestling, to the moon.
He ain't, man.
He's not that guy.
Unlike one of our podcast friends who swears up and down he gonna get the belt.
Yes, yeah.
And I swear, I'd rather for Moxley to keep it than he get it.
Yeah,
and that's saying something.
I agree there.
That's really saying something.
But as far as Eddie Kingston, man, for the short term, Chris, man, you got to admit that he can do a little bit of damage as far as building up something.
Russell said he crazy, but you're not gonna be crazy with my garbage can.
All right, man. All right, well, let's go ahead. You got Z1. You got some other people. Z1.
Yeah. I got some other comments on here. Jacob Jameson, what's up, man? Glad you're tuning in. He said, "What's up, Chris Jacob? And Harry? Since Hobbs is back with Cage, don't be surprised. Ricky Stark is gonna join with Cage and them Samoans. Why do you think they didn't get help? Where's Sean Spears? You see what I'm talking about? Yeah, because last time they got in the mix up, Sean Spears was out there, and yeah. Well, Jacob, I'm gonna say a name, and this name is gonna answer every question you got. Tony Khan. Jacob, I'm gonna say Tony Khan. That's your answer to every question right there. You just asked me. Right there. That one name, Tony Khan. That needs to be. That's enough to need to be said, because Tony Khan figures that, hey, I can do this, I can do that, and I can tease here, and then
Tony Khan comes into play with everything.
Yeah, he puts stuff together that makes sense for a moment, and you can see it in your mind's eye. You be like, okay, I see what he's trying to do. I see where he's trying to go with this. I see how he's trying to work this thing out and gonna make this thing work, and it's gonna be a big feud or whatever, and it's gonna be good. But then what happens? A week later, nothing.
Hey, man, Z1, man, read what Z1 just said. That's kind of hilarious, man.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Oh, Lord. Well, let me go Z1. What did he say? What did he just say?
Yeah, Z1.
Oh, there you go. I'm big on Eddie too, but he need to get in shape. I'm sorry. He seemed like he leaves the bar and coming up. You know what? He does. He does remind you of. That's what he puts me in the mind of. He puts me in the mind of a Puerto Rican Sandman from original Sandman from ECW. But the Puerto Rican version. That's who Eddie Kings reminds me of. Wow. Up there drinking beer, bashing cans on his head, and Eddie, man, I don't see the love people have for Eddie. I can't understand it.
I understand, Chris, but like I say, all I'm saying is this.
I mean, I get it. People love him, but I just can't.
I know.
I can't understand it.
Yeah. Z1 said exactly what you he agreed.
Yeah.
Look, I get exactly what you're saying. I get what you're saying, Chris. We all had characters, man. We all had guys in wrestling that we couldn't stand. Like, why? Like the Honky Tonk Man, you just made me. I just cringed every time I saw him.
He was funny to me.
Who's the Bird Man? Coco Beware. I cringed every time I seen this guy, man. Let's see who else. Let me think of somebody in the NWA, WCW, man, that just drove me crazy every time I seen him. I hate to say this, Chris. I love the tag team, but I did not like this guy that much. Ooh. I know he's one of your favorites, so you ain't gonna like me saying this. Ooh. But I started liking him probably midway through his career because he's such a good. He passed away, man. He wrestled on your favorite, one of your favorite teams, Midnight Express.
Bobby Eaton.
Bobby Eaton.
What?
I did not like Bobby Eaton. I used
Man.
to cringe when I saw Bobby Eaton.
Bobby, man, you know what, man?
Weird looking body, would not get in shape. I mean, he was in shape, wrestling shape. But I mean, you know, he had a body. We have a wrestler on the local scene that looks like him, that reminds me of him body wise. Our friend. I don't know if he's listening to it or somebody listening to it. Jay Stunner. That's the body shape.
Okay. I was like, what are you talking about?
That Bobby Eaton had, and I hated it. I used to cringe when I used to see him. I'm like, man, I can't stand this Joker, man. But I started liking him because he's such a talented wrestler and such a great guy.
And Stone Cold said it best. One of the best workers in the business, bar none, but did not get the credit he truly, truly deserved.
Yeah, what's the name? Wanted to drop the belt to him? Ric Flair?
Because he was that good of a worker.
Exactly. Flair said he would have dropped the belt to him. He wanted to drop the belt to him, and they wouldn't let it.
Well, because they knew to be the champion, you had to have certain, credentials and qualifications and stuff like that.
Yeah, you
which
had to have
Bobby,
you had to have
the criteria. Yeah, but Bobby, he didn't check all the boxes. But when it came to wrestling, he was good as hell.
Exactly. Go ahead and see what our man Jacob Jameson said. What's up, Jacob?
Let's see. Jacob also said Ricky Starks has so much potential, but he on Dark. Shaking my head. Ricky Starks should feud with MJF. Both of them on the mic is something to watch. Yes, but let me ask you this, Jacob. Let me ask you this. Okay, MJF obviously will be a heel, obviously. Now, can you legitimately, and I want you to answer this, Jacob, can you legitimately believe Ricky Starks as a babyface? Because that's the only way that's one way it could possibly work.
Yeah, that is the way it has to.
Because if you got two bad guys going to each other, the crowd at some point is going to switch one of them too.
Yeah,
the crowd's going to switch one of them, and more than likely they will probably switch MJF, and he ain't going for it. So I'm just being honest, Jacob. Russell Red said Harry Ruby go to Rampage, but we got to ask who she feud if you was the booker. Who would you feud her with?
And on Rampage, okay, let me tell you the women that I have on Rampage, and then we can work from there. So I have wow, wait a minute, I might not even have her on Rampage.
Got everybody on Dynamite, boy.
God almighty.
But you got everybody on Dynamite.
No, wait a minute, man. I'm beginning to trip. Let's see. I know I wrote it, man. I wrote these women. I wrote her down. I know I did. Unless, like I say, I was looking at football game and I paid attention, boy. But I wrote her down. I remember doing that.
But you were dreaming about it, but you thought you wrote it down, boy.
God almighty, give me a minute. Look, Ruby Soho, and I tell you what, I didn't for some reason. I think I did not write her down, but I should have wrote her down. Okay, these are the women this is the women roster that I have on Rampage. I have Thunder Rosa, Toni Storm, Anna Jay, Bunny, and Bunny switching back from Dark, which he already wrestles on Dark, and Rampage, Jamie Hayter, and Penelope Ford. And
you got Ruby Soho on Rampage. Wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna have Ruby Soho on Rampage, man. Ruby Soho on Rampage, and as far as her, Ruby Soho will be probably good. I say Ruby Soho against man.
I say Thunder Rosa.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say, Thunder Rosa. But Thunder Rosa has to turn to a bad has to turn bad. So that's who I was going to put her. I figure she has to turn bad, and that too will be a great. I think that will be a great feud. Now, Tony Storm, I think, can feud with Jamie Hayter, and Jamie Hayter should come out on top. Anna
Yes.
Jay and Bunny, I wouldn't put those two in a feud. Those two together. And then, like I say, you have other women bouncing from dark up to there, and you can bring other people in that, other wrestlers like, people from the Carolinas and things like that, other indie wrestlers, female wrestlers around the country into Rampage and to Dynamite. But Ruby Soho, like I say, I think, that will be a good feud for her to build up to with Thunder Rosa, and then she goes to Thunder Rosa, and if she overcomes that feud, she goes back up to Dynamite, and then she deals again with the Britt Bakers, Jade Cargills, and maybe Layla Hirsch and people like that. So, I think Ruby Soho would do good on Rampage, and I think it's something that, okay, she fell another level, so she needs to be on this level, be on the Rampage brand, and pretty much get back to the point where she takes over the Rampage brand. And because Dynamite, they kept away from any titles. So she really needs to get on the Rampage brand and win a title or something like that, and then pretty much build herself back up. But so let's go ahead, and since we pretty much ironed that out, let's go ahead and I hope you like what we said. Was it Jacob said that?
That was Russell Red, man. It was Russell Red.
Russell, I hope you like the scenario, man. I hope you like what we laid down, about that. But let's go ahead and move on, since we're moving on from Eddie Kingston. I'm gonna go ahead and move on and say Ethan Page as a heel on the Dynamite brand, Chris. Ethan Page. Now, Ethan Page, the way I look at it, he hasn't been used right. Tony Khan is pretty much they took their foot off Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky. Now, Ethan Page, who I think was in very good shape, last year, I think he's still in decent shape, but look like he's been working out at the table a little bit, in my opinion. He's not where he's at.
I mean, that's gonna happen, man. You don't get on TV, you basically getting paid to sit at home. What else you gonna do?
Hey, man,
I mean, you only work like 2 days out the week.
If I worked for him and catering was back there, and I'm pretty sure catering, I'm sure they're not eating bologna sandwiches. I'm on grub too. No doubt, man.
Yeah. Now, Russell Red also said, Harry, learn Tony Khan's booking. Send someone on the show, but don't have a plan. Powerhouse Hobbs to ROH, but lose to Samoa Joe. Will do the opposite and have Hobbs be the monster, the next monster.
Who just said that?
Russell Red.
I'm looking for it.
We
should do next, Harry. Is who in AEW needs to get a gimmick, and one on my mind is Wheeler Yuta. And I went back up and get him away from Blackpool Combat. I think I'm in a different spot than you are, Chris.
Yes, you are. You are. Yeah, you are. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in a different spot, man. I'm sorry. Wow. I really can't. I'm trying to decipher that. But we'll get back to something like that. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one, man. Sorry about it. Can you read that one more time, Chris? Let's roll with that one more time.
All right, man. That was Russell Red. Boom.
Yeah. Okay, Harry, learn Tony Khan booking and send someone on the show, but don't have a plan. Yep, that's true. Powerhouse Hobbs to Ring of Honor, but lose to Samoa Joe. I would do the opposite and have Hobbs be the next monster to be scary at. Yes, to be for something, for them to be scared of. Yeah, exactly. I'm with you 100% on that, Russell Red.
Because Samoa Joe ain't doing that.
No, he's not. So yeah, that right there would definitely work, man. So I have no problem with that, and I do have Powerhouse Hobbs on the Rampage roster. We will get to that. But look like, man, we rolling along. So Frankie, like I said, Ethan Page, man, I think he would be a good heel, and he definitely knows how to talk, Chris. He proved that yesterday, definitely. Next, I have Frankie Kazarian, and Frankie Kazarian, yes, the man, he's getting up there in age, but he's still young enough to where he can make his mark. He can make a mark and he still looks good. And to tell you the truth, I know we got Claudio Castagnoli. We could say he could be battling somebody like Brody King, but I would love to see Frankie Kazarian and Claudio Castagnoli in a tag team. I think that'll be a good-looking tag team, and I think they will work well together, man. That's just my opinion, Chris. What you think about it?
Ethan Page and Claudio?
No, I said Frankie Kazarian.
Oh, Frankie Kazarian and Claudio?
Yeah, not Ethan Page. I think that'd be hard. Claudio.
I don't know, man.
Yeah. I see, man, DSK is on. I don't know if you said what's up to DSK, but what's up, DSK? He said Astros won.
Hey, like I said, I ain't a Phillies fan, so I don't care.
Yeah, I know you're not, but he was telling Z1 asked did the Astros win, so he was letting them know that they did win.
So they up 2 games to none.
Yeah.
Ooh-wee.
So, man. Boy. So what you think about that, man? Frankie Kazarian and Claudio Castagnoli as a tag team.
I could see that possibly working. I could see that happening.
Yeah, I would love. I'll actually, I think I would love to see that. Keith Lee. Now, Keith Lee, man, hey, I'm gonna need you guys' help. Me and Chris. Keith Lee as a heel. Chris, I don't know.
I can't see it. I can't see it. I
would love.
I can't see it, but
so hey, if he's ever gonna get a mean streak, Chris, he needs to be a heel. If he's ever gonna
he got a mean streak, man, but he just ain't the kind of heel you thinking of. He wouldn't. No.
Well,
man.
He does have a. Well, let me take it back. He does have a mean streak, but Chris, I really don't believe it too much. It's not. Look, a mean streak in my mind is this, Chris, and and I used it as a fighter.
What? Just spitting somebody's cornflakes and damn to do something.
No, man. What I'm talking about, mean streak of the mind, mean streak, not just of the heart. I know Keith Lee has a lot of heart and things like that. Mean streak is a person that, Keith Lee, it just doesn't articulate that a mean streak. It's
he don't need to, man. He don't need to. He does it when he has to. It's like a switch. You turn it on and off.
I know, man, but the whole thing about it, it doesn't come across with the crowd as good, man. I think it'd come out better instead of this guy saying, I'm definitely gonna beat you, and then I'm gonna go and listen to my friend, listen to my friend Cody play the violin tomorrow. I'm going and I'm gonna go see Romeo and Juliet at the Peace Center in a couple weeks. Would you like to go and check it out with me, Swerve? You have a little problems. There's something about you. Your mind ain't right. You know what I'm saying? This guy, man, he's a big monster, man. That's very articulate. That's very smart.
That makes him dangerous. That's what makes him more dangerous.
What danger have he presented in the last 2 years in wrestling? What have he put out here that looked dangerous?
Man, I'm trying.
Come on now. Look, he stays a face. Say he stays a face on Dynamite. Okay, let's name off the people in Dynamite. Who is he gonna damage? Is he gonna damage John Moxley? Is he gonna damage Adam Page? Is he going to damage Brody King? Is he going to damage Bryan Danielson? Is he going to damage Claudio Castagnoli? Is he going to beat the hell out of Eddie Kingston? Is he going to beat the hell out of Ethan Page? Is he going to beat probably so Ethan Page? Frankie Kazarian probably so. But though, and the next guy I have on here we're going to talk about that should, when he comes back, be on the Dynamite roster, which he will be, Kenny Omega. Do you see Keith Lee beating the hell out of him?
Yeah.
And, yeah, right. Yeah. Oh, he's going to beat Kenny Omega.
Man, I'm trying to, man. Okay.
No. What only goal he done had in the last 2 years was this title he had with Swerve Strickland, and guess how long they had the belts?
A month.
28 days. They up 28 days. Only goal he done had, man. This guy, man. Come on, man. Look, he is all. Look, this Joker's all smoke and mirrors, man.
If he's smart, he go back to WWE.
Well, that's smart. True. All if he's smart, no bite, salt without the flavor, bro.
Man, okay,
that's what he is. and we can sit here and say it's no fault of his own. You know, it's really not his fault. But hey, you know,
See, okay, let me see. Now, Russell Red, I'm jumping some comments here. Russell Red said, Harry want Keith Lee to be like Mark Henry, the world's strongest man, Hall of Fame, and keep Henry to be his manager. In my opinion, Henry
hell, the Henry faction will be frightened if you book it. Yeah, that's true. And Mark, man, you know, I'm with my man.
See that man, you just want him to be big and mad at everybody, but just man, wake up just mad, pissed off. Man, can't some big dude just be a nice guy? I mean, look, okay, take for example the story of Ferdinand the Bull. Ferdinand the Bull, the biggest, baddest bull you ever did see, but the sweetest and kindest bull until you pissed him off. And then all hell broke loose, i.e. Keith Lee.
Okay.
See, you want to run into that stereotypical big bad angry black man, just wake up just mad, just
not really.
You just want that man to wake up and be like, good God, the sky blue again. I gotta kill somebody because of sky blue. Oh man, water's still wet. I gotta go flip somebody's car over. See that's what you want, man.
Man, come on, man. Come on.
That's the kind of stuff you want, man.
Man, leave me alone, man. Look, let's go and roll on. Okay, after Kenny Omega, okay, we know Kenny Omega coming back. We know what Kenny Omega can do. Kenny Omega is one of these guys that, you know.
Hold on. Wait a minute. DSK tripping.
What DSK say, boy?
DSK said Vince told Keith Lee he too nice to be black.
Oh, my God, man. Vince wanted Keith Lee to be a monster. He tried, but it didn't work because it wasn't even close to his personality. Vince told Keith Lee he is too nice to be black. Wow.
It's not his personality, man. It's not who he is.
No, it's not, man. But like I say, make it his personality, man. Come on, man.
That's like trying to fit a circle in a square peg, man. It ain't gonna work.
I went to school with a guy like that, man. It just that joker played on our offensive line, man. He's the reason I switched from being a running back to a wide receiver, boy. Every time he was on offensive guards, man. The joker was 6'2", 330 pounds, man. And when I was in high school, and them jokers threw me back, I was a tailback, man. Man, every time I tried to hit that doggone hole, man, on the right side, he was right guard. Pop. I'm like, man, you must be out your mind. This guy is 180 pounds, man. That broke through the line and popped me. When I was a sophomore in high school, I'm like, man, you 330 pounds, you a monster. I'm like, I'm getting killed every time they asked me to hit that hole. I switched. I'm serious. I became a wide receiver. They ain't Pump. Man, a guy named Craig, man. I popped him in the doggone. Man. I popped him in the arm so hard I almost broke his arm. Boy, he was like, oh!
Man, well, scratch Frankie off the list.
Big arms, man. What? Why we say that?
He gone. He left Impact. He at Impact now.
Oh, Frankie Kazarian, he's on the page. Okay,
well,
so he's off then. Okay, so wow. All right, well we got Kyle O'Reilly, man. Next,
Kyle O'Reilly. He was a heel. Yeah. He needs to be
Kyle O'Reilly on the main roster. He's a guy, man, that's gonna bring wrestling up. He's a guy that has the style of wrestling that's gonna that will, you know, he's young and he has a style of wrestling that's gonna, you know, translate to everybody. You know, in my opinion, I think he's definitely a major player in this. Luchasaurus, he is a heel now, definitely a heel, and I think he'd be turning face. Luchasaurus, I would like to see as a face on this roster because you got other big heels like
Luchasaurus. Luchasaurus can go either way, but Luchasaurus's big thing is he's got to talk.
Well, he's never gonna talk.
I mean, my God, if Kane can talk, you can talk.
I don't know if he can talk, man. I don't know if he can talk.
I mean, seriously, if you got Kane can talk, Luchasaurus needs to get on the mic.
Man, he's a lizard, man. Come on, lizards don't talk, man. When last time you heard a lizard talk? What did he do? I don't know.
I'm just saying, man.
Have you ever seen his face?
No.
Okay, so I mean, I just see a big green tongue, man. So I'm just like, don't that tongue kind of like get in the way of his lips, man? He might can't move him right, can't talk. So I don't know, man. Okay, all right. But like you say, I'm with you, man. He can go either way. All right, man. So
man.
Questions, man, before we go on.
This case said, Chris, you can't have a talking dinosaur.
Yeah, exactly. No doubt.
Okay, well, you can't have a talking dinosaur, but you can have a man who been burned up in a funeral home.
Burning up funeral homes and stuff.
I mean, come on, man. That's what Kane was. He was supposed to be burned up in a funeral home, but he can talk on the mic, but you can't have a talking dinosaur.
But man, yeah, this Luchasaurus, man. Like I just don't know.
Man,
Chris.
come on, man.
Talk, man. But I just don't know, Chris. You know, I'm with my man DSK. I mean, come on, a dinosaur, Dino. We never heard Dino talk on. Did you ever hear Dino talk on the Flintstones? Wait a minute, he did go. Rah, 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 rah. You know, I mean, he did do that. So, you know, it is what it is, man.
Man, oh my gosh.
I mean, Barney did say, "I love you and you love me."
There you go. See, there you go.
Family with a great big hug and a kiss from me to you.
See, there you go, man.
Too. He said that, man. So I mean, he was a big talking dinosaur.
And then you talking about Tony Khan here too, man. So hey, it might happen.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Oh yeah, that you know what, Lloyd, what's up, man? Glad you watching, by the way. And like I said, I'm skipping through the comments, man, because y'all pouring them in, man.
Yeah, just go through the comments, man. Before we only got a few more on this.
He said, Lloyd said Kyle signed a 5-year contract with AEW. He believes. Oh my Lord.
Oh wow.
Oh Lord. Oh no.
That's too long. Why can't it be 2?
Two. I wouldn't even do 2 weeks with AEW. Boy, I'd be like, give me a 1-day deal.
An option, Chris.
Okay, there you go.
Okay, if everything goes well in those 2 weeks, then Tony Khan, I'll give you 3 weeks. Everything goes well in that 3 weeks, I'll give you 4 weeks. You know, and then Tony, even though Tony might come back and say, "How about 4 years?" No, I'll give you 4 weeks.
I'll give you a month. I'll give you a month and 1 day with an option.
Exactly. So,
man. All right, let me go back up through some of these comments, guys. I'm sorry, guys. Let me see where we stop off at. Okay. I think we was at Russell Red here. Oh, nope. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, it was at Jacobs. Okay. Bear with us, guys. Bear with us. Ricky Starks has so much potential, but he's old, only on the dark side of my head. Okay, yeah. He said the few. Okay. So we read that one.
Up.
Harry, Ruby go to Rampage. We got to ask what you feel with if you're the booker. Okay, we've done that. All right. Harry learned tongues on booking. Okay, we did that. Okay, we did this. Okay. All right, here we go. Russell Red. We should do next, Harry. Who is in AEW who needs a gimmick? And one on my mind is going to be Willie Uter. And I think we talked about that.
Yes.
Okay.
That's one thing I want to definitely talk about a little bit later. But yeah, no doubt.
Okay, and Jacob is back. He said, and you know what's crazy, Chris and Harry? Tony Khan said that Eric Bischoff's booking back in WCW was overrated. What when the NWO was born, that will destroy all of AEW when people was shocked but intrigued.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see how you say Bischoff's stuff, but look his stuff. Bischoff looked like Vince McMahon compared to Tony Khan.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. What our man Jacob just said.
Jacob said, but Tony is booking the same thing Eric did in WCW, had New Japan NWO, 3 count, and etc.
Yeah. All right, man. So, man, 3 count, boy.
Yeah. He said Z1 said, you're right, Jacob, MGF and Ricky would be awesome as a team.
Yeah, no doubt.
And Jacob said, good point, Chris, but Ricky was a face when he was with Power. Yep, he was. I remember that. And Jacob also said, Harry forgot Ruby is like how Tony Khan forgot about the women's division. Damn. Hey, never mind. Paige Ray is a name. Let her feud with Britt Baker, and we good.
Yeah.
And that's what's gonna happen. He gonna let them two battle it out, and the rest of the women's division is gonna be null and void.
Yeah, most likely. Okay. But next, man, we go with your boys, man, Matt and Nick Jackson. You know, I like them too. So the Young Bucks. You know, when they come back and they left his faces, Chris, but they wasn't faces long. You know, and then they got suspended. So they come back as I believe they need to come back as heels. And that's one reason I think Frankie Kazarian and Claudio Castagnoli, I think, you know, they should feud with them. Now, I think this will be a good feud, and I think there'll be a little, you know, there'll be a little contrast there because you got Frankie about the same size as Nick and Matt, but Claudio is bigger and he's stronger. But, you know, Frankie is a strong guy, too. So this right here should be that right there I think will be a pretty good feud. And those two can, like, feud over the Dynamite tag team titles. But who has the Dynamite titles? I think the Claim has them, right?
Yeah, the Claim the tag team champions.
But the Claim has to wrestle on both. But I do have them mainly wrestling on Rampage on Friday nights because I think they fit that Friday night thing a little bit better. They get a bigger pop on Friday nights. They really pump up Rampage for some reason. Dynamite, they get a pop automatically, but Rampage, they kind of pump that thing up. But this right here, what I'm talking about is if Rampage has to be live. Rampage needs to go 90 minutes, like me and you was talking earlier today.
Yeah.
It needs to be 90 minutes long. Tony Khan needs to talk to the powers to be or whatever and say, we want to go live on Fridays, 90 minutes long on Rampage. Make that a 90-minute show. Okay? So what you got?
Russell Red said Athena is gonna tease heel. I don't know why, but I don't know, man. It's like Athena is missing something. Maybe pair with a manager, and I would give Jazz a call and pair with Athena. Yeah, that would Jazz and Athena. That would definitely be
interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah, that would be very, very interesting.
Yeah, but Matt and Nick, man, those two, those guys can definitely take it, especially wrestling somebody like Frankie and Claudio. They're gonna mask some of the things that Matt and Nick like to do. Matt and Nick like to fly up and down, and they're gonna take that thing to do a lot more. So they're gonna that right there, man. I think will elevate the game, and I think it will translate with all the fans out there, man. So I think those two will be great together. Next, man, we have Miro, and I believe Miro should come back as a face.
I forgot all about him, man.
Yeah, Miro as a face. He's still on the roster, so he should come back as a face and wrestle. And I think he'll be a huge asset on the Dynamite roster when you got Jon Moxley holding the title. You know, he can go after Moxley. You got Bryan Danielson. Well, he's a face, whatever, but I mean, they both wrestle as faces, but Jon Moxley wants to fight everybody. But then you got heels like Adam Cole. You got heels like Adam Page, Ethan Page. And then you have, Frankie Kazarian is not in there. Just I remember that. Kyle O'Reilly. So Miro has a lot of people, man, that he can pretty much test his skills against. So I think that'll be great. So Miro definitely as a, you know, what you think about him coming back as a face. Now he can do it either way.
Yeah, he could do it, man. He could do it, but that whole Redeemer thing just needs to go.
Yeah, well, I hope he doesn't come. I hope he doesn't come back with the same, the same thing that he was talking about last time, and all the religious stuff that he was doing. And
that needs to go, man.
He don't need to do that. I hope he doesn't. No. But yeah, definitely. And the last person that I have on this roster now, and everybody else has to fill in, man. These are the only people I think that should be main players on this roster, and then they should bring in a whole bunch of Mike Jacksons, George Sauce, Rocky Kings, and people like that to have these people just run over, man, or just wrestle, put them in the good matches. Maxwell Jacob Friedman as a heel. So
Oh yeah, MJF, yeah, definitely,
yeah.
man,
So
definitely, man.
he's the last person that I have on the Dynamite roster that makes this thing, in my opinion, a dynamic roster that can compete with Triple H and what Triple H is bringing on Raw. I think this roster will compete with that. So that's just my breakdown of a part of the AEW roster. AEW roster, and this is the best. This is the premier roster. Now, it's not saying every one of these guys is the premier guys on AEW, but I think they all fit Dynamite. I think that will be a fit. So I tried to do it as a fit in different styles and things like that. So Maxwell Jacob Freeman is the last one.
And Z1 said, man, at this point, send Ethan Page back to Impact and put the title on him. Good God Almighty.
Well, yeah, you could do that, but
and Russell said Scorpio is still injured. Send him to ROH.
Well, Scorpio Sky have him on the Rampage roster.
Yeah, he said put him on ROH, boy.
Yeah. Well, in Ring of Honor, now I got 36 guys on that roster, Chris. I don't know, something like that. Now I got 36 on Dark, and I got 23 on Ring of Honor. Now Ring of Honor, let me go. Like I say, Chris. Now we will get back to this stuff later. But Ring of Honor is depending on him getting another network. Now, what he can do, because TBS and TNT, Warner Discovery, that's all a family of networks. It's not just those two. He needs, I think Oxygen is with that, and I think, I think what's the name is with that too. Well, you got Turner Classic, you got TMC or TCM or whatever, Turner Classic Movies or whatever. I think they should try to get a spot on that, on a station like that, and say, Tony, let us have an hour or an hour 30 minutes, just like you're gonna have Rampage too. Give us 60 to 90 minutes. You can run 2 Ring of Honor shows on that. Actuality, and try to get Dark on there too. But you got Dark on. You could go ahead and keep Dark on the web. But have Ring of Honor. See if you can get Ring of Honor on one of those other networks, man. That's in that, because it's on that same channel rotation. You got TBS, and T is one channel over, and TCM and Oxygen. I don't know if it's Oxygen, but I know it's one of those stations that's in that lineup with Warner Discovery. Ask them to get on that station and bring Ring of Honor to that station, and have Ring of Honor do a 60 to 90 minute show. It depends. If they give you 90 minutes, go with that 90 minutes, and you run your Ring of Honor roster on that. But we're not going to go over that, because it looks like you guys want to talk about some WWE. So we're gonna go ahead and talk about some WWE. Let's wait a minute. Let's go ahead and finish off with the women, Chris. There's not many women.
And just want to say, Lloyd Grissom, thank you for watching, man. He's watching. He said, "Hey, just got home from work. Did you see the House of Black video? They're coming back soon."
That's what I heard, man. And I put Malachi Black somewhere, but yeah, I heard about that, and I put him down with an asterisk, just in case if he's coming back or not. But I didn't have him coming back to Dynamite. Yeah. I think I got him coming back to a Rampage. Because I actually want to see what goes on with him. And if he comes back to Dynamite, then I think they will put him immediately with Brody King, and I don't want to see that. And I think I got Buddy Matthews on Ring of Honor. I'm not sure. I think that thing needs to be split up because they just didn't do anything with it, Chris. At first, they was dominating, and they pretty much ran Cody out, and they were doing what they wanted to do. But I got tired of them just turning off the lights, man. Turn off the lights. Whatever. But that's all they were doing. They kept turning off those lights, man. So, but yeah, I don't want to see that. But let's go ahead and talk about the Dynamite women roster. Jade Cargill, the TBS champ. I have Britt Baker in there. I have Hikaru Shida. I have Chris Statlander, Layla Hirsch, Mercedes Martinez, and Rebel. Now, Rebel, she will be coming out with Britt Baker. I don't think she's
a Rebel without a cause, boy.
Rebel without a cause, she hasn't wrestled anybody but Jade Cargill. Let's talk about Britt Baker. Now, Britt Baker is like right here. She's pretty much at 80% at what she was as far as her on the fan base and on the level of, I'm trying to say, she's not on the level that she was at. So what you have to have is you have to have her get into a feud with somebody like Hikaru Shida, and I think that right there, and I think it will be a pretty good feud. Hikaru has such great skill I think she will raise the level of Britt Baker back to where she needs to be. Now, Jade Cargill should be in a feud. Who were we talking about earlier? Jade feuding with?
Your girl, shoot, the wrestler chick.
I can't remember who we was talking about.
Yeah, the girl, the
Oh,
trainer,
Serena Deeb.
Serena
I
Deeb.
need
I
to
can't
put her
remember.
down. Yeah, Serena Deeb. That will be good. Britt Baker on the let's put Serena Deeb over there on the Dynamite. So let me go and write her down. So let's have Britt Baker versus Hikaru Shida. What you think about that, Chris?
Oh yeah, I could definitely dig that, man. I could
Yeah,
definitely
yeah.
dig
Okay,
that.
Chris Statlander. Well, Statlander. She had a thing with Layla Hirsch already when she was leaving out. They can
Yep.
either resume that, or Chris Statlander can take on Mercedes Martinez, who's another big girl, man, big
Yeah.
strong girl.
Yeah.
So
Hold
I
on
think,
1 second here. I'll be
yeah,
right back, man.
yeah, okay, all right. And then last but not least, we have Layla Hirsch. She's in the mix. And then we have Rebel, and Rebel is never gonna wrestle. So, but that's it, guys. That's it with the AEW Dynamite roster that I pretty much, I end up pretty much worked on this thing today, and pretty much like say watching wrestling and all that. But I do have a Rampage roster, and I have a Ring of Honor roster, and I have a Dark roster. So I went ahead and went over this whole thing of what Tony Khan, just in my, playing, playing an executive or playing Booker for Ring of Honor. This is what I would do. If I would break these rosters down, I will break them up and put them in. But that's what I would do. That would be my Dynamite roster right there. And everybody else that I bring in, I will bring in people off. I will bring in players off. I will bring in players off Dark, and I will bring in players from when we go around the country. I will pick some independent wrestlers to come in and wrestle these guys on Dynamite. That way, you won't bring in your Rampage roster. You won't bring in your Ring of Honor roster, and then you have stars like Jay Lethal and Jay Lethal having to take a whole bunch of losses. You won't have you won't have somebody like a Andrade El Idolo coming over there to the main roster taking a whole bunch of losses. So and a Ricky Starks having to come over there and take a loss. You won't have to have that. You got these guys right here on the main roster, and they can take on guys that's coming up from Dark, maybe making it up from Dark, and then like every time you go around across the country, you can pick up a few local wrestlers, bring them in, and have them take on your Dynamite roster. And that Dynamite roster, those 10 to 15 guys are still major stars in everybody's mind. Every time they see them, they usually win on TV. Because think about it, Chris. Back in the day, man, when we was watching WCW, and when it was old NWA, Mid Atlantic Championship Wrestling, you saw those 7-9 wrestlers on TV. You hardly ever saw them lose. You hardly ever saw them lose on TV. Now you had to go to the arena to see them lose. Even the guys that got down to the mid card status, the Dick Slaters, the Bob Ortons, and people like that. Even when the Dick Murdochs, these guys they won all the time on TV. Then you go to the auditorium or somewhere to look at them, they losing. So you do not want to see somebody. You don't want to see those guys get beat, and then you will not be seeing those guys get beat frequently on TV.
Hey,
So
Travis. Travis Richards says Serena Deeb to Dynamite should take the belt off Tony. Change my mind.
I can't change your mind on that, man. You don't need him. Yeah, Serena Deeb over Tony Storm any day of the week. Any day of the week. She definitely deserved to beat Tony Storm. There's a lot of women over there who deserve to have a title over Tony Storm. Man, Tony Storm. I'm not a fan of her, and Chris is not either. She's to me, she's the Lil Morgan of AEW.
And Z want to answer your question. No, wrestling does not have a union. They do not have a union. They are independent contractors.
Yeah, that's right.
So they have to take care of everything themselves. Like in WWE, for example, the only thing WWE takes care of is their overseas flight when they go to Europe. And they take care of their transportation when they get to Europe. That's it. Everything else you have to take care of. You have to buy your plane ticket. You have to buy buy your plane ticket. You have to buy your rental car. You have to get your hotel. You have to do all that.
Yes.
Um, if they
Blame me,
did,
Cash.
if they did have one, man, it wouldn't be good because a lot of those guys on the lower end scale would not want to work, and that would mess up a lot of uh, creative ideas for smaller shows like let's say a main event or level up, hell, or even NXT even. So I mean, I don't think that would work too well, man.
Oh, you talking about
And
those unions?
yeah, if they had a
Well,
union,
union, man.
that
Look,
wouldn't that what oh that yeah, union in
yeah,
wrestling?
yeah.
Yeah,
No,
what?
look, look,
No,
look,
no.
look. What's the name? Tried. There's a couple wrestlers tried to do that. Thunderbolt Patterson tried to. I know you heard of. You know who that is.
Oh yeah,
Thunderbolt
yeah.
Patterson tried to unionize. He got blacklisted.
Mhm.
Jesse the Body Ventura tried to unionize, and Hulk Hogan went and told Vince McMahon.
Vince.
So
Hmm.
I mean, unions in wrestling, it just
That ain't gonna happen.
yeah, it's not gonna happen because it's just
It,
you
it,
just
it,
got too many people out there, man, with their hands out, and I mean when it boils down to it, the smaller promotions don't have money,
you're
so
right.
only the
You're
big
right.
promotions are gonna survive if you unionize. There's
Well,
no doubt
Z1,
about
you
that.
got to think about it too, man. You got to think about this too now. I mean, okay, if they did, man, a lot of insurance companies aren't going to cover you anyway when they find out what kind of work you're in.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
They're not. I mean, even if you were in a union, and they be like, "What do you do for a living?" I'm a professional wrestler. Okay, how many days do you work? Oh, 325 days out of the year.
Yeah,
And be like, what do you mean 300? I'm getting thrown around, getting hit with stuff 325 days out a year. And I live out of a suitcase because I'm only home maybe twice a year,
yeah,
if that. And they're gonna look at that stuff and they're gonna be like, man, no, you are too high risk. If you getting thrown around and getting hit with stuff and all that, nah, you too high risk. We'll go bankrupt trying to pay your policy. Yeah,
yeah. So
insurance companies wouldn't touch a pro wrestler, man.
yeah, did we get to James Mallory's questions, man, earlier?
James Mallory, what was it?
Way up there. Uh,
I'm trying to get where was he at? I'm trying to find him. Where's he?
let's see. He said,
Oh, about Miro?
yeah,
Or
and he had one right before that too.
oh,
He said
he said,
something.
"What's up?" Yeah, he said, "What's up, Chris and Harry?" Raw on Halloween this Monday is gonna be interesting. Bloodline, Brock and Lashley face off. Rumors the Boogeyman and Papa Shango and possibly Bray also.
Oh wow, that's interesting.
Yeah, that's gonna. Hey, if all that's about to go down, Raw about to be off the chain.
All right, now hit the next one, man. Let's go ahead and get all of them in
Uh,
before we put our next up.
Lloyd Grissom says, "Don't forget Malachi Black. He and the House of Black is coming back soon." Yep. James Mallory also said Miro on Rampage and Dynamite should go after AEW World Title. Also think about the idea of Miro getting a character character, not the Redeemer. Yes,
Yes,
that
yes,
that that crap was trash.
no
That
doubt.
Redeemer stuff was trash. Travis Richards says, "What's up, Chris and Harry? I'm trying to get enough energy, but Rampage didn't help me. And
the
what oxygen is on and
AEW roster,
yeah, AEW roster. Good
good
loud,
look,
good
how
look. How
packed
packed
is
it is.
how packed it is. Laugh out loud. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, not packed. So,
No,
uh,
definitely not that.
yeah,
Definitely
Z1
not.
said he appreciate the content, and Z1, that's what we try to do, man. I mean, when we're not doing our lives, we want to bring you guys something special, man. Something that you could actually sink your teeth into, something that makes you think, man, and something that I think that you're gonna enjoy. We definitely want to be able to bring some kind of content, man. That's gonna be a little bit different, but we want to, pretty much kind of like stay on wrestling as much as possible. Yeah, we want to joke around with you guys and as much as we can. I mean, because me and Chris, that's what we do. We like to trip out, like we did with the dinosaur thing, man. So
Yeah.
anytime you guys want to get a little funny or whatever into this thing with wrestling, because when it boils down to it, man, we might do a little segment, we might do a show, man, about the wrestlers that just made us laugh, just that was just funny. just had dumb characters, I think that would be something good too.
Yeah.
But yeah, appreciate that, Z1. But yeah, we definitely, man, gonna continue to try to bring you guys the best content in the business as far as on these podcasts, man.
And Z1
so you guys can stay interested.
And Z1 also said, talking about the insurance thing, he said it's true. It's just tough seeing some of these old wrestlers who are struggling.
Yeah, that is true.
That is true.
That's awful. And one thing about that, Z1, man, these guys, you know, I feel so bad for them. But man, you know, when it comes,
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at the comment.
Somebody need to come in and really teach these guys about money management. And look, it took me years to learn how to manage my money. I spent so much flipping money, and I know so many of you guys on here, man, that's sitting here talking with us. And Chris can say the same thing. He done spent a lot of money. I've seen him spend a lot of money on things, you know. But we both spent money on a lot of things, unnecessary things over the years. But money management, and you know, that's one thing. If you did have a union, you know, union can bring in to teach these guys, you know, bring in them. And make sure that they are bringing in guys, man, that's going to teach these guys about money management, because these guys go on the road and they just spend their money like it's water, man.
Yeah.
It's so when it comes down to it, they have.
I mean, look at Ric Flair, prime example.
Yeah, they have nothing left. So,
Ric Flair should be a billionaire.
Yeah, and plus, like say, you know, you on the road like that. Ric Flair, I think he said he came home like 3 or 4 times, man. 1983, 1984 when he's world champion. Yeah. And, you know, he had to take one day off. He just had to take it off, you know, and didn't show up in Puerto Rico. But, man, you have got to learn how to control that money. And see, and one thing, and like speaking of Ric Flair, my brother dated a girl at the Ramada Inn, Chris. I think it was Ramada. I'm not sure. But Ric Flair and all the wrestlers used to stay at that Ramada, used to be down the road from the auditorium. Mm-hmm. Ric Flair came in there. He cashed his check. This is all after Monday Night Wrestling. Guess how much that check was for?
A couple of million?
13. No, man. Of course, ain't gonna be a couple million. You know, that one night of wrestling, man. One night of wrestling, Monday night, and this was like in 81.
13,000?
13,700. That's how much his check was for.
Yeah. See. Yeah.
Making and look, he was in Greenville for like 40, 50 nights a year, because he was about every Monday night back then. His checks was either 10,000 and up, and she used to cash his check all the time there. They used to bring a lot of money into the Ramada, and they used to cash the wrestlers' checks. But she said, you know, she showed my brother the check. My brother took a picture of it. Just $13,700, man, and that he made. So all the money that he was making back then, I mean, in a year, I mean, this guy was making more money in a couple year or two than most people made in their entire lives.
Well, like he said, man, he spent more money and spilled liquor than you have made in your lifetime.
In a year.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I believe that. And, you know, and people, man, but look, this dude, man, but I'm just saying, you know, these guys, when you look at the kind of money that they made over the years, I mean, all of them should have had some kind of plan. Because we were talking about Bobby Eaton earlier. He died penniless, man.
Mm-hmm.
Bobby Eaton made a lot of money in this industry, a lot of money. Died broke, penniless, and bad health. He couldn't take care of his health. It's sad. So I understand what you're saying, Z1, about these unions. I really do, man. But wow. But yeah, 13,700. I see Z1 saying wow. But yeah, Z1, man, look. And yeah, 13,700. Think about what it was in how much money was in 1981, Chris, compared to today.
Oh yeah.
That is a lot of flipping money. A lot of money.
And Majestic Marie, she's on.
Hey, Majestic Marie, what's up?
She said Eddie Kingston and Okada lost their match. She said, I love y'all.
Oh, he lost his match, what, in Japan?
Japan. Yeah, they lost their match.
Sorry to hear that. Wow. Well, we talked about Eddie a little bit earlier. Eddie, we got a mythical roster putting it together, and we pretty much talked about Eddie being on the main roster when he comes back, and he's pretty much back, but he just cut a promo. But Eddie Kingston is definitely one of the main players in AEW, and that's our girl Majestic Marie from Peaches and Power Bombs, guys. If you ever
Well, the more you say that,
come
boy,
on,
the more it just
you know,
irks my nerves. Boy, the more you
man,
say that man name, boy.
look, I don't care, man.
Ooh,
That's
ooh.
it doesn't matter what you think, man. I'm just saying, he's a major player, man. But yeah, Peaches and Power Bombs, guys, that is a good podcast. You need to check those two ladies out. They're very good.
Yeah, he's a major player and making sure don't nobody get in a fight over catering. But anyway,
man, you tripping? Shut up, man.
Randy Sam said, good idea for the AEW stuff, Harry and Chris. Thank you.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
And our man Chris Williams said, "What's up, Chris and Harry? The 2023 Royal Rumble is under 3 months away and has sold over 30,000 tickets.
Oh my
of
God,
the 33,000 capacity tickets. Oh my God, that thing almost sold out, man. That's crazy.
Wow, man. Wow. When are they gonna hold that
at? San Antonio.
Okay.
I think the Astrodome.
All right.
Yeah, the Astrodome. I think it was. Yeah.
That's some serious.
If it's San Antonio, it's the Alamo Dome.
It's Alamo Dome. Definitely not gonna be there. I'm gonna say
the
name or whatever.
Yeah,
but,
the Alamo Dome. Yeah.
Wow. Only thing I really see sell that out, man, is Spurs sell it out all the time. But yeah, that's pretty cool, man.
But yeah, man. But yeah, that's man. Yeah.
But yeah, I tell you what, we're gonna go back over. We're done with the Dynamite roster. The next show, man, we're gonna go ahead and do the AEW Rampage roster that I pretty much laid that down. So and I'm gonna get Chris's reactions from it, and we'll talk about the AEW women's Rampage roster. And this is what we think Tony should do, because Tony needs some suggestions. And man,
we need a suggestion. Sell the WWE. There you go.
No,
that's just to sell the WWE, man. There you go.
We'll be back to square one, man. Back to square one,
man.
Look, hey, you were saying not too long ago. I remember you saying Tony Khan could buy the WWE when they was getting rid of all these wrestlers and all that. And they was talking about sell it to Tony Khan. Think what would happen if he would have sold it to Tony Khan? Where would wrestling be right now?
Then I would tell Tony. Then I would tell Tony to sell it to the NWA.
Billy Corgan ain't got that. He ain't got that kind of money, man.
Hey, it'll be in better hands.
Look, Smashing Pumpkins probably did make that kind of money, but Billy Corgan and the rest of the guys probably was.
Drinking
it all up and everything, and
I'm sure.
Tearing up hotel rooms and everything. Smashing Pumpkins, they did some work, man. They did some work.
Oh Lord, that must be Majestic. Fighting words. That's Majestic Marie.
Oh yeah. You know how much he loves Eddie, man.
Eddie,
yeah. Chris, look, Chris. Ever since we started this thing, I used to say things about Eddie Kingston, and Chris used to just get pissed off. Man, you like Eddie Kingston? I liked him, man, because look, to me, him and John Moxley is similar, but I always liked him better than John Moxley. I believe he has a more believable character as a tough guy than John Moxley, in my opinion. And I know you don't like John Moxley either, but in my opinion, I will believe him more. I believe that he's a tougher guy than John Moxley, and he convinces me more than John Moxley of his toughness. And I always like his promos. I mean, Eddie Kingston, he comes off sincere. He could be, I think he could work out a little bit more or whatever, which, some of us have expressed. But to tell you the truth, would he be Eddie Kingston if he actually came out there cut up and, would he be the same guy? If he didn't look like that average blue collar worker that's out there, if he didn't look like that.
I already told you what I think about him.
Yeah, well, either way it go, man. But yeah, I tell you what, guys.
Oh man, he said Z1 said AEW can't sell out a plate of ribs, boy.
Wow, man! Wow, God Almighty, man!
Boy, yeah, and you thought I was bad and hard on AEW.
Wow.
Yeah, that's them, man. That ain't me.
That's pretty hilarious. But yeah, man, I'll tell you what, I've had enough tonight, man. Chris Williams, he's cracking up on that plate of ribs thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, But I don't know. It's been fun, man. And, I don't know if any of you guys watched any football today. I know baseball went down. And I guess DSK, he watched this Astros because they did win 5-2. I did look and see, check. I was checking on that. But I pretty much watched football. DSK, I wonder if he's a Texas A&M fan. They pretty. I think they lost to Ole Miss by 3 points tonight. My Gamecocks did lose. Chris, how did your Miami Hurricanes do, buddy?
I don't even know. I ain't even keeping up with college, man.
Well,
I'm worried. I'm focused on my Eagles. I'm focused on my Eagles.
Play tomorrow, man.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll be 7-0. Hopefully.
Z1 say the Lakers are bad. Now I told Chris that Chris and his Philadelphia Eagles. Chris said, "Man, we 1-3." I said, "Well, the Lakers."
No, the Sixers are.
No, he said the Sixers are 1-3.
Well, actually, they 2-3. I think they're 2-4 because they played tonight and they beat Chicago.
Okay. Well, the Lakers, I don't know what the Lakers is now. They were 0-4 the other day. They was 0-4. I don't know what they are now. But yeah, the Lakers are bad.
Oh, Z1 said he's a Rebel fan, so he likes Ole Miss.
Ole Miss Rebels, yeah. Hey, the Running Rebels. Is it the Running Rebels? No, it's just Rebels.
I just think it's the Rebels. I just think
it's just Rebels. I don't know why I'm saying Running Rebels, man. I'm thinking about UNLV, man.
Yeah. You thinking about basketball,
but
boy?
Yeah, well, the Rebels
thinking about Larry Johnson.
Man. I mean, Ole Miss got a good football team. I love Lane Kiffin, man. And when everybody was saying Lane Kiffin was nothing, I was like, man, that guy's a great coach. People no, he's not. No, he's not. No, I was like, yes, he is. And then he came up there, and you see what he's done with him. Incredible. But guys, for my man Z1, Majestic Marie, thank you for joining us. Chris Williams, DSK, Randy Paul, Russell Red.
Oh Lord, he said they 0-5 now.
Good. Yeah, Chris Williams, dog. Man, we got so many other people on here.
Yeah. Oh, well, I lost him. I lost my partner. He gone. But Majestic Marie, Alex, Z1, Randy, Sam, everybody, man. James Mallory, Lloyd, everybody, DSK. Thank y'all for watching, man. And my partner, he's coming back on.
I just died, man. Man,
when you gonna learn to keep a charger by your stuff, boy?
Hey,
when
man,
you gonna learn, man?
I just died in your arms tonight.
Yeah, and I dropped you like a bad habit too.
It must have been something you said, Chris.
It wasn't nothing I said.
I had to walk away.
It was that
because of things you said.
Man, yeah, okay. Now I speak truth in the things you said.
All right, but yeah, but yeah, a lot of people, man. I mean, who else, Chris? Who else? There's a lot. Elijah Washington. Elijah Washington came on. Want to get to everybody, but if I didn't mention your name, we definitely appreciate you coming on. So Chris Williams, we definitely liked it. We glad, man, that you hit that thing up. Giving us those fire emojis, man. Appreciate that.
Yeah, he said the Raw gonna be fire, man. He can't wait to see us this Monday.
Yes.
So, yeah, we would definitely be doing that, man. Oh, and just let you guys know, me and Harry were talking, until Rampage shows us that they can do better, we may not be covering Rampage.
Yeah,
we may watch
it.
We will watch it, but we'll
do a reaction
tell you what
show
happened. And, but as far as
we'll do a reaction and ratings. We'll do a reaction and ratings, but until that thing gets better, man, we probably won't do that. We'll be doing SmackDown, and we will skip over Rampage and come back and do a ratings. Now, if Rampage is on fire, soon as Rampage go off, we will be doing it after the show is over. We will go straight into a reaction show right after Rampage is over. If it's fire, if it's not, we'll do for the next day. We will do a reaction on that. But we definitely don't want to be bored out of our minds on a show like that. We don't want you guys seeing us like that, man. We really don't. You guys know how we are. You know how we react to shows and things like that. But we talking about the new people, other people that's coming in. We want to make sure that we're not all bored out of our mind. I know we entertaining, we all together. We usually entertain with this thing, man. But yeah, that right there is just flat out crazy. I think it'd be better if we come back with a reaction show after that. But yeah, we can run down 30 minutes or maybe 30 minutes or less and run a reaction show right after that, especially if it's a banger. But Yeah, so thanks for because Chris, I had forgot about that, putting that out there.
Yeah.
But yeah, we because it's kind of hard. But yeah, we will be on those Friday nights because we'll run down SmackDown. But it's kind of hard to run 3 hours and then that last hour just flat out just done killed the show. We don't want to do that, man. We don't want to give it to you guys like that. And then we know a lot of people are coming in, coming in on our show, and then they might look and say, "Why in the world all these people on this show? These guys, man, they are boring." No, we're not boring. We're bored looking at what we are watching. So
Exactly.
definitely, man. Yeah, definitely. Just take notes of that. That Chris and I, man, we're not gonna rob you guys of Rampage. It's just that we go in a different direction of how we gonna break that thing down because we can definitely come in and our personalities will be able to shine and we'll be able to tell you how it went down and we'll be able to trip out on it and crack up on if it's a messed up show or if it's a great show, man. So yeah, we definitely gonna do that. But we appreciate each and every one of you guys coming on. And man, if you're on that Facebook, you know what to do. Hit that like, share, join. If you're on YouTube, definitely YouTube, hit that like button because it's gonna bring more people to check us out. Hit that share. Definitely. What else on YouTube?
Subscribe and notification bell.
Notification bell, man.
And
if you're coming on, you never seen us, man. Definitely subscribe. And if you're on Twitter, man, hit that like, share, tweet, and retweet. And if you are on Twitch, do the same thing that you do on YouTube.
Yes,
and
sir.
man, I mean, we are out here.
That's all we got for you guys. That's all we got for you, man. Thank y'all for tuning in, man, and we'll catch y'all next time.
Yeah, as always, everybody out here, stay straight up. We'll see you guys. Peace.